Hey everyone, James Reeves, TFBTV here at IWA in Nuremberg. I'm at the WBP booth. Many of you guys recognize WBP, making waves in the AK community as of late. Polish AKs that are actually really good. I was surprised whenever I got my WBP to review. It was recommended to me by my buddy Blaine. Blaine, if you're watching, thank you for recommending the WBP to me, the Jack. I had a great time with mine. We have something new and exciting that Stefan is holding that is coming to the United States, hopefully soon, but who knows with how the ATF is. Stefan, what are we looking at here?
Yes, we are looking at the AK-AR, which is basically an AKM. So we have stamped receiver, but the new thing about this is it has an AR mag well. So if you have like loads of AR magazines, PMags, steel magazines, whatever, you name it, it will fit in this gun. So you can basically shoot any 223, 5.56 round out of it. And the interesting thing, this has a last round bolt hold open, which is not based on a magazine, but actually a real bolt hold open. So you probably know your Bulgarian magazines that have like a bolt stop.
Right.
This is actually a real bolt hold open. So last round, bolt hold open. Take out the mag, new mag, close the bolt.
Wow. Can you show me the features front to back?
Yes, of course. We have our own manufactured like birdcage muzzle brake, which works quite nicely, so slightly more efficient than on a standard M16 or M4.
What's the thread pattern?
It's M14 by 1 left metric thread. You have a small pin here which secures it to not unscrew. We have our proprietary handguard, our gas tube, which is all, of course, made in-house in Poland in our facility in Rogow. Then, stamped sheet metal receiver. Everything's made in-house in our plant. We have the bolt-on aluminum magazine well, which has the ambidextrous magazine release on both sides. Then standard AK charging lever, and of course the new bolt hold open lever.
And I notice you have an optics rail on the side as well.
Yes, exactly. We do have an optics rail on the left side of the receiver, and new probably second half of the year we will have our own mount which goes here, which you can actually see right behind you on the wall.
Compatible with AKM stocks, standard AKM stocks.
Standard AKM stocks, exactly. Crips is standard. Everything else other than the magazine well and the internals are standard on this gun.
And I noticed that there's probably going to be a wood version imported as well.
Yes, sure. There is. This is actually the polymer or the tactical version, if you want to call it that way. And there will be the wood version, which is the long one we have here. So this has the wood stock attached to it, and of course a wooden handguard.
If you would have told me about this in advance, I would have thought that this would have been way uglier than it is. It actually looks really good. How did you accomplish marrying the AR mag with the AKM design?
Well, it's actually hundreds of hours of engineering. So the magwell itself, it bolts and screws onto the receiver. The internals are slightly different, but still it's the regular AKM bolt carrier. It's a slightly modified bolt. And in the end, it's a lot of engineering that went into it. But of course, we're not going into detail to...
Right. I understand. Is it okay if we take a look under the hood? It's okay if you say no.
We're not going to take a look under the hood, but of course you feel free to take photos from the outside. And we're in the last stages of the prototype, so maybe we see it in the end of the year on the market. And then we will see where the first reviews of the internals show up.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, hopefully you guys think about TFBTV whenever you send it.
We will definitely do.
Because I mean, I certainly have plenty of AR magazines, and I think that this is a really exciting concept. Do you have any idea? Again, I know you're probably going to say no, but do you have any idea of pricing?
I have no idea yet, but I think we're going to be somewhere in the range of 1,800, 1,900 euros. So let's see where that ends up after importing it into the US.
Talk to me about parts compatibility. What parts are compatible with the AK? What parts are compatible with the AR?
So the only part that is really compatible with an AR is obviously the magazine. If we talk about internals, it's mainly modified AK parts. So you could probably source spare parts that can be modified, but in general it's more or less new parts. The top cover is the same, the receiver itself is the same, barrel is the same, gas block is the same, gas piston is the same. But if we talk about, for example, bolt carriers, bolts, it's slightly modified.
Well, Stefan, thank you so much
for
showing me. This is very exciting. Guys, I know that you're pumped to see this. And you should be pumped for more EWA on TFBTV because we still got 2 more days of this show. Stay tuned.